this ad boycott catches fire, who could be the next big advertiser to pull out? Joining us now is Frank O'Brien, the founder and CEO of ad agency 5Tier. Frank, great to speak with you. We're making the point on the panel that this group of companies, they're sort of very specific, but in terms of what these companies stand for, in terms of the consumers, the brands appeal to, if you had to think of other companies that might share a similar cross-section of people with the same views, who do you think of?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Obviously, you think of the top advertisers. You think of the Nikes of the world, the Procter & Gamble's, the Pepsi's. And I think that this is such a strong stance by these outdoor brands. You know, the obvious other outdoor brands that would put in the same category are just the tip of the iceberg. So if this really catches on, and it is just for July for most of them right now, then, I mean, you could see it be a site-wide, the biggest brands from the top to the bottom.
Right. In this period where companies are facing pressures to sort of cut costs, could this be just simply an opportunity also to reset their ad spend? I mean, beyond this point, because everybody is saying this is only through July, and that's a very good point. Even if Facebook faces a boycott through July, it's a limited period of time. But could this be the opportunity for companies to say, you know what, we're going to right-size our ad spend, and out of July, we might go back in a reduced way?
Yeah, I think more importantly, this is a great opportunity for Facebook to really take a stance on compliance. I was thinking about other industries that have been around much longer than social media, digital advertising, such as the outdoor industry, television, radio, and there's a lot more compliance that goes into when an ad is submitted, thinking through the implications of that ad. So, I think that this is a great opportunity for the industry, for Facebook, to really look at what compliance means in this new age of instant advertising where anyone can go on and create an ad and post it in seconds. And I really think that that's more of the opportunity to reset, if we're going to reset anything, to reset spending.
So you don't think of this as potentially companies saying, you know what, we're not going to go back to Facebook in the dollar size that we were advertising before this boycott?
I don't think any company is going to be able to avoid Facebook. Facebook's here. They own Instagram. They own other companies, and there are consumers that are using these networks. And if the consumers went away from the networks, then the advertisers would follow. But I don't think that that's going to happen anytime soon, if ever. So I think that the companies are going to go to, the advertisers are going to go to where the consumers are. Mm-hmm. And especially with targeting, they're going to be able to reach their consumer in a very niche, specific way, right. So that they're not just broadcast advertising. And it could even shift in the sense that they shift more of their budgets towards targeted ads and not just broadcast buys to build brands. But they're definitely going to go back to Facebook. It's only a matter of time unless the consumers left Facebook.
Frank, thanks. Appreciate it. Frank O'Brien of 5Tier. That's a good point, and it's always sort of the chicken and egg sort of argument. The consumers are there, so the advertisers go there, the advertisers pull out, then what, Guy? But it's interesting to think about protests happening nationwide and then nothing happening online.
Yeah. And, listen, I mean, Facebook is the saving grace for Facebook, the company, is the fact that the stock is trading at an all-time high. So it's sort of all these things sort of fall under the cloud of doesn't matter because the stock's going higher. But to the point, I do think it's absolutely the tip of the iceberg. I understand it's just for July. For now, my sense is it might continue, and others are going to fall in line. And, there's been no alternative. But guess what? I know Steve Grasso was on this for a long time, and we've talked about it at length now for the last month and a half. But Snapchat was left for dead for a long time. There was a $6 stock, and Facebook was about to put that company out. And then Facebook sort of got their own problems. I think they took their eye off the ball. Now, all of a sudden, Snapchat is a viable competitor. If you look at that stock, it's done really well. So, yes, there's no place else to go right now, but there will be other places to go. And don't discount the fact that I think at a certain point, the denizens of Facebook might start leaving in droves as well.